Hello and welcome to the Bird's Nest podcast. And I am Noah. And today we have a very special guest, like you could say that. He has been here the last time we did this podcast. I think it was like 3 years ago. And this guy, he's a neso man, and I don't know how to introduce him. Okay. Hello, Mr. Joker. Yeah.
Hello, thank you.
Nah, this guy is Mous actually, but whatever. So, how are you? How are you today? Are you feeling good?
I'm doing good. I got off work an hour ago, and I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for taking your time, taking your free time to join this podcast again. And I'm glad that your mic sound better. I am. I really am.
Thank you. I invested a lot of money this time instead of cheaping out on the mic.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? So let's get on to the first section of this podcast. So it's about the general topics as usual. So basically, what we want to talk about today is about your Lego obsession and your Minecraft maps. So let's talk about Lego first. How did you get into Lego?
I got into Lego when I was 5 years old. I got it for my birthday. I think the first set I got was Lego City Coast Guard helicopter, like 2008.
Oh,
So,
yes,
really good
yeah.
set.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So yeah. For me, I did get it into about, let me think. When I was 2000, in 2009, yeah, it was in like 2009. So I got in like 1 year later than you, but I got introduced to Lego through, not by people buying me sets, but through. Have you heard this video game called Lego Racers?
Lego Racers. I think I've heard of it, but I haven't played it. I think it was PC or PlayStation 1 or
Yeah,
something like
it's
that.
the PC one. It is the PC one. So
Yeah, I had Lego Island, but
ah
I don't remember playing it. I think my brother played it, but we couldn't get past the install screen because we had a bad computer.
shit. Yeah, but in case nobody have ever heard of the game before, this game is actually just a racing game but in Lego version. So you get to build your own character and your own cars and just race through tracks. It's a very like simple racing game. It's not too big of a deal, but I think that's what got me hooked into a bit of a Lego, or introduced me to Lego, because I wouldn't say I really like got too much into Lego. I bought some sets. The first set I got was it was Lego Racers, one of the cars, but I'm unsure of which car I got. But it was one of the Lego Racers set, and yeah, I kind of own very little Lego sets or Lego things. The biggest thing I owned was a Lego City Airport. Do you know that set?
I think I've heard of it. Was it the 2010 or 2008 version?
But there's two versions. I didn't know that though.
There's different versions, like every few years they cycle through sub-themes for city. I think currently it's the classic police, and
Ah,
I
okay.
think
So mine I think is the if you know the 7894, that's the serial number. I think it's the
let me
2010
look
one.
it up.
Yeah, it's the 2010 one. It's the one with the red helicopter, the red plane, and the small airport with the control tower. That stuff. I think if you've seen it before, if you search it
yeah,
up,
I've
you've
seen
probably
it
seen it
before
before.
in a Lego book. I've always wanted it. Airplanes have always fascinated me, and they're really cool.
Yeah,
This one
I
was a
think.
really cool set.
Yeah, but it was very expensive. I'm not gonna lie. At that point of time, it was like I think I bought it about 150, 160 in my area. So that's about maybe 110, 20 USD, about there, about that ballpark. So speaking about Lego, what is your favorite Lego set? You have any like you have a lot of like Lego collection, right? So what is like your favorite set or your favorite piece of Lego?
My favorite Lego set would have to be, I think it was 2019 or 2020. It was this big collector's set. It was the Jurassic Park gate, and you get this big T-Rex and the characters, and on the inside it has different scenes from the movie, like when they're restoring the power, or the IT guy falls and slips down the mound, and and I think there's another part of I can't remember it because it fell apart. I've been needing to put it together, but I don't really have space at the moment, so it's sitting in storage. But I'll probably share pics when I finally do restore it.
Wow, that's actually pretty good though. Because I'm trying to look up the Lego Jurassic World sets that you say, but which one is it though? do you
Here,
remember
I'll
like
send
what's
a pic real quick. It is the Jurassic Park T-Rex Rampage.
Oh, wait, let me check that out. Oh, okay, I found it. Wow, yeah. No, it actually looks pretty good though. I'm not gonna lie, it does look good. But it's just the dinosaur and the two gates. That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, but it was a good starter because at that point we haven't had any 1993 Jurassic Park sets. It was all Jurassic World and the sequel Fallen Kingdom. But this was a big step. Only till last year we finally got sets for 1993 Jurassic Park, and it was kind of a bummer because I kind of wanted a collector's visitor center. The one that came out, it was small, but just right. But they could have done more.
Yeah, I do agree because when I first got into Lego, I didn't really see any Jurassic World stuff at all. It was just more like I didn't see a lot of Jurassic Park stuff. I only see like the recent Jurassic World. I think is it called Jurassic World? It's called Jurassic World, right?
Jurassic World.
The newer one with Chris Pratt. It's Jurassic World, right?
Yeah, it's Jurassic World and then Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom in 2022, the last one. Well, not last one for now. Next year there's going to be a new one, but it was Dominion.
Oh, yeah. I never really watched the Jurassic Park, Jurassic World 3 because I didn't know it didn't really fit like my interests. Because after watching Fallen Kingdom, I was like, shouldn't really watch the third one if there is, because it doesn't really interest me at that point. Because I think something about Jurassic Park's, like the movie Jurassic Park and the series all the way up to the first Jurassic World, I think that was a pretty good run. Honestly, the Jurassic Park movies were pretty good. That's why I think that when I watched Jurassic World, it was really like not too great compared to the Jurassic Park series,
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom kind of fell off because they were going through a lot of development issues and script rewrites. There was actually a director's cut that they wanted to release, but they didn't. The third one, that one also is a hit or miss because they really did a lot of rewrites and the story's all over the place, and they retconned like a lot from Fallen Kingdom, like changing some of the storylines and kind of just sidelining the dinosaurs to just focus on prehistoric locusts.
Yeah, so like since you're like, I know you're also interested in like Jurassic Park or this Jurassic World universe, so I would like to ask you, like, what's your favorite Jurassic Park movie or world, if you like, which is the best one out of the series in your opinion?
The common go-to one would be the original one, but Jurassic Park 3 or The Lost World for me are both really good movies. The Lost World, it's really good. It's different from the book. Same with the first movie, but they both kind of follow the book, but the second one, the book is like really different. I really like the more survival feel for The Lost World. Same with Jurassic Park 3. It's more down to earth and shows the dinosaurs as actual threats. Same with the first one, but it just kicks it up a bit.
Yeah, because for me also, I would prefer to watch Jurassic Park, The Lost World, which is the third one. Basically, I think that was the one that had the most impact on me because it came around. Like the first time I knew about Jurassic Park was when this movie came out. So I think that's why it had the most impact on me during that period of time. So that's why I would have rather watched number 3. Although I think Jurassic World is also a pretty good one, I guess, but it's not really like my favorite. I think that it's a good start for a reboot of the series, but in the end it's not as good as Jurassic Park 3. That's what I feel, you know.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. Jurassic World, it was a really good reboot, but just kind of relies more on nostalgia and fan service a bit. But it was really good with the whole genetically modified dinosaur. Like, yeah, that's a really good plot line, but they could have done more instead of just focusing on a side plot of trying to find the park manager's missing nephews. They could have just focused more on the Indominus escaping and trying to figure out what to do, how to recapture it, or how would they handle it to the public, because they didn't reopen.
Yeah, it was a pretty okay movie, I guess. But have you watched like the Dominant, which is the newest one, right? The one that had the old Jurassic Park characters come into. Do you watch that?
I watched it in theaters on day one. It was really good, but watching it a second time, you can kind of, see that kind of went a bit downhill towards the end of the movie and some of the plot points. The director's cut of it, it's really good. They actually did release that one. It adds more scenes and more context to some parts and kind of improves the story, but it's still all over the place.
So because I feel that, like, I mean, it's a far reach, but I would say Jurassic World 3 feels like Spider-Man No Way Home, because they brought back the old characters into the franchise, right? So it gave me kind of a vibe of that. Although I never really watched the movie, I've only seen like trailers of it where the old people came in, and like Jeff Goldblum, his character came in back to the movie. It felt like the old Spider-Mans came back into the No Way Home feel. It feels like that. But I mean, because of that, like I kind of am interested to watch the movie at the same time, but at the same time it's just like I'm not too interested. So what do you suggest that I will watch the movie, or should I not watch the movie?
I suggest you would watch it and form your own opinion on it. It's really good, but it's cheesy in some parts, but it's more of a see it to believe it and get an opinion out of it once you watch it kind of thing.
Okay, that's fair enough. So let's go back to the Lego sets, the Lego topics first. So besides owning like a lot of Lego stuff, which I assume you do own a lot of Lego stuff, do you like play any like Lego video games and stuff? Is there any fond memory of like those video games, or what are your favorite Lego video games?
I've played most of the released Lego games. The first Lego game I played was Lego Batman for the Xbox 360. My cousin got it as part of the 2-pack thing. I don't know if you remember that, but it was like a combo. You would get Lego Batman and some ATV racing game. But I remember playing it and 100%ing it with my brother, and it was a really good game. Has some fun memories with that one.
Oh, okay, I understand. Is it the first Batman Lego, the first Lego Batman, right?
The first Lego game, yes.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I've heard of the game before also, but I didn't really play it because I was playing Lego Racers, like I said earlier. It was the another kind of thing. So yeah, I didn't really play this, but I really heard of it. But I might try it one day if I can find like the disc, or even if I can play it on an emulator or something. Because I don't know whether
it's
this is
on Steam and the Xbox Marketplace. A few years ago, I think it was 2020, they gave it like for free with the Xbox Game Gold.
Oh, really? Because I don't know whether this game is Xbox backwards compatible. You know what's Xbox backwards compatible, right?
Yes, it is backwards compatible.
Oh, it is? Okay. So I might try to find it and then see whether I could play it, because I do have a Xbox Live Go, I think. the membership that I kept for every month. I have to pay like a $10 for that. So yeah, I think I do have it. So I'll probably find the game, and if I can't, then I'll just watch on YouTube, I guess. Do you play
really
like all
game.
those? Do you play all those like Lego video games like on the Lego website themselves? You know all those games, right? Like the I would say there's some like Star Wars and
The Flash
Lego
games.
City games. Yeah,
Yes.
the Flash games basically.
I
Yeah.
remember playing them a lot as a kid on the computer since it was a bad computer, but it could still run Flash games. I remember always playing this one based on the Agent's theme from 2008.
Oh, I know that game. I know
It
that
was
game.
really fun, but I never got
Yeah.
past the first level.
Oh. So what else do you play on the Flash website?
I remember in 2010 there was a theme called Lego Dino. It was these team of soldiers. They would capture dinosaurs and put them in a compound to keep them safe from the public. They had some Flash game, and I remember, after the computer stopped working, I would go to the public library and be just sitting through and playing that until the timer ran up. And until we got like our own laptop, I was able to finish it completely at home. It was a really good game.
Yeah, for me, because I played a lot of different games. The very prominent one that's on my mind was, if you heard of it, was the Quest for R2D2. You heard that?
I haven't heard of it. Was it fun?
Yeah, it was pretty fun for the time. For that time, when back in my childhood days, it was pretty fun. But if I were to play it now, it probably wouldn't be that fun. But seeing gameplay of it is pretty nostalgic, and I used to play a lot of those Lego Technic or Lego Bio something games. I remember when Lego used to
Bionicle.
Bionics. That's right. The Bionics. Yes, Bionicles Flash game. I remember.
They're really cool Bionicles. Have you ever had them growing up? I recently bought like a few at a convention a few weeks ago. I think it was like the 4th series, but they have like light up swords and they're like really, really cool.
I used to have the first set of Bionics, the one that when it came out first. It was if I'm not wrong, it was the one that is black and green, mostly black, and then the eyes are green. That one, but I don't know whether I don't think I have it anymore. But that was the first Bionicle I owned, and I think I only own like 2 or 3 of them because I was more enticed to like cars and figures compared to like just this kind of small things. It was more of the Lego City, Lego Technics kind of stuff compared to this. So I didn't really own a lot of Bionicles. Like after it went off, at one point it just went off, and then I just didn't bother about that anymore at that point.
I'm sending you a picture. Was it this one? Because I think I might have it.
I think it was, but I'm not too sure because like that was like a good 14-15 years ago. I don't even know whether it's like, I don't even know whether it's still the same as before at all. But I remember owning a Bionicle probably, and that should be, I think I own was this one. I'm gonna send it to you, but
It was a really cool line. It had an interesting storyline. You should sometime like listen to the lore. It's like really intense. Like there's a whole storyline. There's movies. If you like, just check the photo.
yeah. So that's why I don't know whether Bionicle has stories, but I know like one Lego series that has stories, and it was Ninjago, but I didn't really catch up on that one, to be honest. Yeah, I'm
so
sure.
the one you sent, that's a Boat Rock. They can curl up into a ball in the canisters. They have a hook where you can keep it stored as a ball. They're really cool. A few months ago, my brother got an intact red one that still was in the canister from this like chain of Lego stores that keep popping up called Brits and Minifigs. They're kind of like scammy because they overprice it, but it's kind of a good store to get retired Lego sets.
Yeah, honestly, there's like a lot of Lego sets that like look good last time, and now they are like out of production, which is pretty sad, honestly. So it's like, you know, I do miss the some of the sets that are like out of production. So, I mean, of course, I wouldn't really like buy it back because I'm not really a fan of Lego. But you know, it'd be nice to like own them again if I were to one day like try to find it again and be able to buy it. I think it would be nice to own it again.
I agree with you there. I'm kind of like searching for the helicopter I mentioned, like intact, like a good deal on Bricklink, because you can buy and sell old Lego sets on there. I usually use Bricklink for my custom sets I buy.
Ah, okay, yeah. I've never heard of Bricklink though. Yes, I don't know whether is it something new or has it been there since like long time ago?
It's been up for a while. A few years ago, Lego bought it, so now they actually own the site. And every few months, they've been doing like a fan vote where all these creators will submit their submissions, and people vote for what could be like a limited run set. I haven't bought any because they're all like in the hundreds. Like latest one's been 400, but they're like really cool collector's models that you can display.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, sometimes other people's creations are like just a bit questionable, I guess. But you know, I won't question it because it's just Lego. Honestly, it's all about creation, and creativity. So I won't really judge that much, you know. But I don't tend to buy these kind of things anymore, as compared to like last time, which I think you still do up to now. But will you ever consider buying one of them though?
I'd consider buying one if I had a bit of money for it, or if I was like really interested. One that I was kind of interested in buying in was this kind of wooden bridge that came with a train. It was like really cool, but now it's like being resold for like $800, and it just came out like a few months ago.
Sheesh, $800. That's crazy, man. That is a lot of money for one Lego set. And you say it's like self-created? It's by someone who created it, not by the Lego company themselves, right?
It was by someone who made it, but Lego, they make it into production themselves. Like they only have like a certain number. Like the more recent one from last month, they had like 30,000 units made, and they all sold out within like 3 hours.
Damn. Damn, that is actually crazy though. I've never expected Lego to have this kind of like sales also. It's really funny though, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I think every franchise has this kind of like limited time thing, and then everybody will like snatch it up. But I just didn't expect Lego to have like this kind of things also. I didn't expect like, oh, it's sold out within 3 hours, which is crazy. Wait, wait, hold up. Okay, wait, damn, accidentally play a video. Okay, I wanted to show you you said a helicopter that you wanted to buy on like Lego, right?
Yes, it was a Coast Guard helicopter.
So
Ooh, I had this one growing up.
yeah, I had this one, and then
this was
it crashed.
A police helicopter.
Yeah, this one looks nice, honestly. So that's why I bought it, or my parents bought it. But this one really looks good, honestly. So, but I crashed it a few years ago, and now I don't know where all the parts went to. It probably just disappeared into the air. Who knows?
Same thing happened with the helicopter that I had. My brother crashed it, and I just didn't put it back. I just put it in the bin and never repaired it.
Yeah, usually when you like, I feel like in Lego when you like build stuff, you for me at least, when I like build it up, and then like out of sudden one day I'm playing it and I crash it somewhere and it all breaks into pieces, I wouldn't really have the motivation to build it back up again, honestly. I don't know if that's how you feel too, but that's actually how I feel, which is why I stopped collecting Lego, because if I were to crash something, I wouldn't build it up again unless it's like very small. But usually things big like this, I wouldn't really build it up again because it takes a lot of time to build something as big as this. That's why I didn't like buy any more Lego sets. Do you feel the same way too, or you just like, you know, crash and build it again and you find it fun?
Well, that's the best thing about Lego. Sometimes you can, if you break something, you can either rebuild it or give it new life by building it into something new.
Yeah, I do agree with that. That's just a creativity kind of thing, which is respectable. Respectable. It's pretty good. But yeah, that was the Lego sets and all that kind of stuff. Which is before we move on to another topic, Legos. Yeah, there's also a lot of like Legos, movies, games, and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to talk about one Lego movie. I don't know if you have heard this before. Have you heard Lego Clutch Powers?
Yes, I had it on DVD. I remember watching it like one time and never again. The only time I did see a glimpse of it was at the Legoland Hotel when I went a few years ago. They were having it playing. They had like a whole bunch of the CGI Lego movies playing. They even had some of the Bionicle movies playing. They're like really cool.
So, since you have watched Clutch Powers before, what do you think of the movie? Was it good? Was it bad?
I don't remember much of it, but I remember towards the end they get sent to a castle-like world and they try to figure out how to escape and defeat the evil skeletons, but that's all I remember. I'd have to rewatch it again.
Yeah, because I wanted to kind of discuss about the movie like a bit, but I think for me, I just say that the movie is pretty. At the time, it's pretty good. Not gonna lie, it has a storyline that does not go sideways, and it does not make it does not have or I would say it just makes sense. It's just not like really like unbelievable that you feel like it wouldn't really happen. It's a really nice movie, I would say, and yeah, and then back then, a Lego movie is something that I wouldn't imagine happening at all, because movies are usually like real life people or just animated, but never really seen a Lego movie before, a Lego animated movie before. So this is one of the first few Lego movies. So it's just I think this is how would I say, this is I wouldn't call it legendary. I would just call it like a product of its time. It's a pretty
good starting point for the eventual 2014 Lego movie.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. And then the Lego movie. Do you watch the Lego movie also? Well, I'm pretty sure you did, right?
Yes, I remember watching it day one. Yeah, back when it released. I didn't see the sequel in theaters, but I did watch the Lego Batman movie in theaters. It was a really good movie, but when I went, they had to restart the movie from the beginning, like halfway through for some reason. It was like a bit of a bummer, but it is what it is.
I mean, at least you get more free time in the cinema. It's more worth, I guess. You get to watch the movie halfway, and then you just get to watch the whole movie again. So, I count it as a win. Okay, yeah. Yeah, for me, I feel that Lego movie it's a pretty good movie, honestly. But I would say the song is annoying. But other than that, I think the movie is pretty good. Yeah, movie is pretty good, to be honest. I just feel it's like Frozen. The song's pretty annoying. But other than that, it's a good one. And then the sequel was so-so, I guess. It wasn't really like great.
It's forgettable. I forgot what happens in it.
Yeah, it's forgettable. Honestly, it's forgettable because they add a lot of the funny people, and then it started to make less sense than before compared to the first one, where it had more impact. I just feel that sometimes when you make a sequel, you gotta make sure that it still sticks to the original, and yet it's a new like outlook on the original, but it's just cannot go too far from it, or not it will just look very strange, and nobody will really like it. Alright, so with that, let's move on to our next topic, which is your Minecraft map. What's it called again?
The map is called Nesoberi Park. It's my insane creation that I've spent a year working on. Actually started on it back in 2021. I did release that one, but I didn't like it. It wasn't that good, so I started in 2023 remaking it. More Love Live focused. because I kind of went heavy in the original with Jurassic Park, so it didn't really have that much love life stuff, but this one actually did. Actually put the schools, actually put locations from the show to kind of make it more love life themed.
So do you feel like more proud of this than the former one that you did?
Yes, I feel more proud of this one. It's the definitive edition. I'm currently working on an update that adds stuff, and there's going to be another update after that before I start working on the sequel map.
So, as you speak, is this map out? Is still in development?
It released a few months ago, back in June. The 1.1 or 1.0. I mean, you can currently download it. It's for the current version of Minecraft. I think it's 1.21.
Ah, okay. So, since you make this park and all this, I just like to ask you, what is your your motivation or your basis for creating this map? Why do you want to create this?
I have no idea what was going on through my mind at the time, but I just sat down and started building it, and somehow it turned into a whole entire year that I was working on the remake.
Okay. So, if you would like to promote your map here, what do you think is good about your map that makes people want to download the map? What is your selling point?
You can explore the school from the series, the one that Mous goes to, and it has the chorus one, or Aqua, and there's also that water gate, the one that Mari talks to you in when she's like jealous in that one episode.
Ah, yeah.
It's a fun theme park.
Oh. So you really take the time to build the whole building and the inside of the building also, right? Or do you just build the outline of the building and then the inside you don't really care about it?
It's the whole building. I tried on the interior for the Muse school, but there's not that much photos of what's inside the school, so I kind of winged it, but I did put classrooms and hallway and stuff. But the Muse school, it's more like guest gathering point, and there's on the inside you can explore the laboratory where they make the Nesoberis.
Wow. Yeah. To be honest, I really haven't I know I've seen you done this Nesoberi Park for a few years back when I first knew you. I didn't know you'd be I didn't know it was a rework. I didn't know there was a rework, to be honest. I thought it was just the same thing from the start to the finish, right now. So yeah, if I have time, I probably would try it out, but I don't have Minecraft on my laptop still, so I have to think about how to get Minecraft first before I ever try to download your map.
I think they changed it so if you have Bedrock Edition, like the Xbox one, you now get the computer version for free included, but you can also get it through Xbox Game Pass.
I have the Bedrock version for Xbox, but it's just, so you mean I can download the map into the Xbox Bedrock? Is it?
Not at the moment, but I'm gonna work on a Bedrock version once the update I'm working on is done, and I'm gonna try to see if I can put it on the Minecraft Marketplace. I'd probably try to put it for free if you can, but I'd have to look into that. It's a whole thing I need to look into, but I will try to port the map for Bedrock on PC. It would be free, but the consoles, I think that one would have to be paid.
It's okay. I don't mind supporting you. For if I had to pay for it, I don't mind. So if you were to get it up on Xbox, then you let me know again, so I can actually try it out on the Xbox itself.
Alright, I'll let you know.
So, speaking about Minecraft also. So, I'm sure you built this map on Minecraft because you like Minecraft also, right? So, what is your why do you like Minecraft so much? I mean, obviously a lot of people likes Minecraft, but I just like to get a opinion on why you like Minecraft a lot.
It's fun and you can be really creative. Like, you can build like stuff that you come up with. I like building warships in Minecraft because they're fascinating.
Yeah, so I kind of realized that you like Lego and Minecraft because they allow you to use your creativity to build stuff, right? Something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, so okay, so I can kind of see the correlation between the both of them, which is pretty good though. Yeah, this is why I kind of don't really like I only like Minecraft in terms of the maps and the building part, but cause you can't really destroy Minecraft buildings like a lot compared to like Lego. Like let's say in Lego you can just like bang a car into a wall and you'll just destroy everything immediately. But let's say you build your house, okay, hypothetically you build your house full of diamond blocks. So unless there's some griefer decide to burn your house down or something, I don't know, or bomb your house with a TNT, your house won't be gone. So I think that's what I like about Minecraft, because it's not easily destroyed compared to like Lego, and I don't have to like rebuild it every time it dies or something like that. But I think Minecraft is better for the world building itself, the world building aspect part. That's why I like about Minecraft, pretty much it. Yeah. Okay, so now since we are done with this the first topic, we are done with the first section of the podcast. So now we're moving on to the second section of the podcast, which is the section where we ask each other questions. So we all have a set of questions for each other, and it's just about who goes first. So Mous, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Alright, so I will go down my list of questions and then you just answer based on your based on what you think it is, right? So my first question is, I had this question for a while, and I think it seems obvious, but I'm still unsure of what it is. So I would like to ask you, how do you get your name Mous?
It's kind of like the what's called the first letter of each character's names. How my Twitter ad is. It was like that, but I kind of just shortened it to just be just the M, O, U, and S.
Okay, that's kind of valid. All right, so next question is, I've known you for a long period of time, right? And I know you like Maui a lot, so I assume she's your best girl among all franchises, unless I could be wrong. So if in that case, is there anyone else from any other franchise that you love more than Maui? If yes or no, why?
I like your Forger from Spy Family because she's pretty cool and pretty hot.
Do you like her more than Maui?
Equally. Okay, wow. That's a very interesting question. So if there was no Maui in Love Life, who would be your next best girl? The next one would be Chica. Chica. Okay. Wow. Very interesting choice. So the third question. Okay, it's related to the game. So basically, I'm unsure if you played all the Love Life games, but if you did, which one is your favorite and why do you enjoy it? The original School Idol Festival game is the all-time best one. It was fun, more like a rhythm game, and it was like the first game I've downloaded. And I kind of joined around when All Stars was being released, so I kind of got to play that one on day one and be around for the initial start of it. So Sif is better than Sifas for you, right? Yes. Okay. Because it was more fun. Yeah, I agree. Sif has more elements to play along with, but I feel that Sifas also has
a lot of like planning, which I like, but we're not getting to that for now. So for the next question, I know you collect a lot of Nesoberries. So in this case, which is your most expensive one and your most valuable one?
I kind of have a few that would be expensive and valuable. The first ones would obviously have to be the Terra Jumbo ones. They're really heavy in price, and with the shipping, it kind of goes over the wall. But the second most expensive one I've had is the subunit Guilty Kiss Mari. That one was pain in the ass to kind of search for, because they would always be overpriced. Like, I remember once seeing one like around 200, but now that I find them online, they're all, reasonably priced, like in 50s or 60s or 40s. It's like, what the hell? Why did the price go down after all these years?
Yeah, it's crazy because sometimes the demand for it is no longer there, so that's why the price went down. So I guess during the time where you wanted to buy it, it was high in demand, which is why people really thought that it's a special one, means they will put it at a high price. So that's why you probably got the short end of the stick, and have an overpriced thing, which is really crazy, honestly. But yeah, I kind of, I don't, how much is a Terra Jumbo though? Terra Neso, right? How much is that? Like
I
average?
think usually when they're first released, they're around probably like $300, but now, since they're always limited runs and limited stocks, they go up in price. The most expensive ones would be the Mous ones. They're like, I've seen a few like going for close to $1,000, but I kind of lucked out on the Terra Nosmi one a few years ago, and it was 2022. I somehow found one for $80 on Bai and Yahoo Auctions, and I was like, there's no way this is a scam. And it turns out it wasn't a scam, it was the real deal. So I lucked out and got a price that for a Mous one that I probably won't never get in a million years.
Damn, that's pretty good. So how much? I'm very curious because I haven't ordered a Nesoberi before at all. So I'm just more curious on like the prices and the shipping prices, which you said was pretty bad. So how much was the shipping price if you were to like ship a Terra Jumbo Neso?
For the weight, it's usually like 150 to 200. Terra Mari, that one was like 116. The second one I got was Terra Nosmi. That one was also like 150, and then Terra Emu was also around 150, and the most recent one I got, I don't remember if it was at the start of this year or last year. It was the Terra Canon. That was like close to 200 also. So it's like pretty hefty in price, but mostly due to the weight, because they do the shipping based on weight.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's really expensive for shipping. For shipping these prices, I would have thought like a guitar or an instrument, but well, the Terra Jumbo really made me rethink about how expensive shipping can be for such a big thing, which is really crazy. And so that means you have a lot of those Terra Nesos, right? That means you spend a lot on shipping too, which is crazy.
I have like 4 of them. Probably when they finally released the Terra Jumbo Liela, probably by like 4 or 5, my favorite ones.
Wow, 4 or 5. So the shipping alone will take about $700. That's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. I like that dedication though. That's a good dedication to Nesoberries, which is what we know you for. And okay, so we move on to the next question first. So the next question is, because I know you like Breaking Bad, you like using Saul Goodman and the other stuff. So what is it about Breaking Bad that you like, and who is your favorite character in Breaking Bad and why?
The whole show, it's all interesting. Like after you watch like the first 2 episodes, you kind of get hooked to see what's gonna happen. Is he gonna get caught? Is he gonna die? You know, it's like you want to see what happens next. It's really interesting, and the storylines are, really thought-provoking and more of makes you question the morals or if you should be really rooting for Walter and Jesse.
So who is your favorite character in there, and why?
My favorite character would have to be Saul Goodman. I kind of really relate to him. Having a brother who doesn't like you, and being always seen as a screw up by everyone. And but he always gets back up on his feet and powers through. He's really inspirational.
Yeah, that's good though. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Usually don't. My advice is don't listen to other people if they really say that you're bad, because those kind of people are just they really want to make themselves feel better by saying that other people are just bad. I feel that if you think that you're good yourself, then you're pretty good yourself. If you tell yourself that, you don't really have to listen to other people's opinions on these kind of things. So for our next question, so you have other interests besides Love Life, Lego, and Minecraft. That's what we've spoken before earlier in this podcast. So one other one that I've seen you post a lot about is Ace Combat. So in your own words, to a person like me who doesn't know what Ace Combat is, can you describe to me what it's all about, its good and bad points, and why I should play it?
So the basic explanation is it's a flight game. You fly in different fighter jets, like there's US made ones, British ones, some French ones, and Russian jets. You fly around and you shoot down enemies, and according to the storyline, and it's a really good series. And hold on one second. The long and complex one would be the storyline. It's really long, and each game it's different war. So basically, there's different wars in each game. The first one that really took off was Ace Combat 4. It was the first Continental War. It's between these coalitions, kind of like NATO, against this one big nation that's supposed to be a combination of Germany and I think China a bit, but there's also some elements from the US mixed in. But basically they want to take over the whole continent, and this coalition, they decide to fight back, and initially they're on the verge of losing, but the player character starts turning things around and they start winning, and eventually they beat them back and the war is over.
I see. So do you think, what are the good points and bad points about this game?
The good points would be, for that one, since it was really innovative of its time, it was fully 3D, and you can see the aircraft when you're flying, because most of the flying games were usually just first person, but you can actually be in third person and throughout the whole game. And when you're emulating it, it kind of drops down in quality, but it runs well. One of the bad things would be it's kind of difficult to learn at first, but once you get the hang of it, you know how to do it.
Okay, so why do you think I should play it?
It's a really good series. Each game is its own unique experience. Like I said, the fourth game, it's about one war, but the fifth game, it's all about how the spread of misinformation could lead to a whole bunch of big consequences, and then there's like a prequel game after that that's a whole anti-war story and the horrors of war. And the sixth game, it's more like it's kind of hard to describe it. So, but basically, it's more patriotic for the country that you're playing as. But the most recent one would be 7. It recently got a release on Nintendo Switch, but it's a really good game. It's more of a direct sequel to the 4th game, where it kind of pushes on what happened to the country that lost in the 4th game. And, they're kind of more pissed off about it, so they basically restart the whole war, but with the country from the 5th game. And, they're literally losing, but the player character, turns things around, but it kind of gets a bit messy in the middle because they kind of rewrote it a whole bunch of times, and it went through development hell. But still a good game, but it's really good. You should play it. They're currently working on a 8th title in the series. Hopefully they announce it this year, but probably not. But you should play it. It's really fun.
Okay, yeah, I probably would if I have the chance to, because I know besides you, one of my other moods are also talking about Ace Combat. I'm sure you know this person. She's your best friend anyway, so both of y'all really like play Ace Combat a lot, and so I probably might try it out if I have the time after my uni. But yeah, I'll keep it in mind that I will try to play it for this. Okay, so the next question I would like to ask you is, you hopped on this podcast 3 years ago, and I remember you told me about it, but your mic quality sucks and I couldn't really hear what the hell you're saying. So I would like to ask you, how do you keep your Nesoberries clean, or how do you wash them?
There's like different ways to wash them. Like you can wash them in the sink if they're the tiny ones, but one of the main good ones is putting them in a pillowcase and putting the washer on delicate. Same with the dryer, and washing them on delicate and making sure the pillowcase is to make sure that they don't get damaged, and it kind of keeps them more safe from the chemicals. You can also use a lint roller to get lint off or hairs, and one of the big issues is probably hairs getting into their eyes. They kind of get stuck in there.
Yeah.
But if you run the lint roller over them a bunch of times, you'll probably get most of them out. But yeah, the best way to wash them is on delicate with a little bit of soap, and dry them on delicate.
So do you suggest, like, because sometimes I also have plushes. I don't know whether they're the same as the Nesoberries, but sometimes I use just a wet cloth to clean my plush. So do you think that's a pretty good way? Like, do you think that's a okay way to also clean your Nesoberries?
Yes, that's a really good way. That's also part of the sink method. It's more like hand washing them. So that's a really good method right there.
Okay. I'm glad to know that I'm doing it right by the Neso man. Alright, the next question, everybody likes to hear music, so for me, I'm also a big fan of like hearing music, so I always love to get people's recommendations and opinions on what their favorite music is. So for you, I would like to ask you, what is your favorite genre of music?
I think rock and roll would be a good genre that I like, but I'm kind of all over the place. So I just listen to whatever.
So rock and roll. So do you have any album of all time? Do you feel like, oh, this album is like really, really good, and I would like to like suggest it to other people? What would that album be?
Anything that's been released by Weird Al Yankovic, it's really, really good and really funny. He's a really great musician.
Who's that again? I didn't quite catch it.
Weird Al Yankovic. He's a
Oh,
parody artist.
okay.
He
Yeah,
writes
I know.
some really
Okay.
good songs.
Oh, Weird Al. Okay. I've heard him. I've heard of him. Right. So the next question is: everyone grows up and gets older each year, right? So do you think there's any difference between you 3 years ago and the you now?
I don't think I've really changed that much in the past few years. I just have like the same routine of, going to work and doing homework and doing college. But the only thing that I think changed in the past few years is, kind of getting slowly out of depression, but, it still comes and goes here and there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good step though. That's good. That's pretty good. All right. So the next question here, my last question for you is: what goal do you set to accomplish in the next 5 years?
I think my goal would be probably find a better job. Um, Hopefully gonna graduate from college this year. I want to go to law school because my degree is, law focused. I've kind of been inspired to become a lawyer by, Saul Goodman. So I've been working on a, form of law degree. It's more like towards policing. So if that doesn't work out, maybe I could get a job as a cop or maybe security. But life is full of mystery, so you never know what happens. You never know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way of seeing. That's a very positive outlook. Yeah, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors and your jobs. I hope you get a law degree and get into a lawyer, so I can actually see you do some cases. Yeah. All right. Mous, it's time for you to ask your questions. So yeah, just go along your list and I'll answer them.
Alright, my first question for you is, what got you into writing?
This one I think I've kind of said it quite a lot, but I will just condense it for you. And then so for me, it was just I was inspired by a teacher who gave me a notebook during one of her English lessons because she liked my previous composition for narrative writing. So and then I always like to write stories since young. So the notebook was so-called a motivational push for me to start writing a lot. And because I like a lot of like movies and shows, so I aspire to write for this kind of movies and shows too. So I kind of write this in a movie and show format kind of thing, like a lot of chapters and stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Yeah, you can move on to the next question.
That was really interesting. You should send me one of your fits sometime, because kind of interested to see what you write about. Alright, so my next question is, what made you start this podcast?
Oh, yeah. So, because, I was in a previous podcast before. I think it was the After School Writers podcast where we discussed about love life fakes and writing in general. But for me, I like to do a podcast where we sit down, I sit down with the guests that I have and just start talking, get to know them better and that kind of stuff. That's I feel more relaxed in this kind of context compared to when we're talking about writing and stuff. I feel like I get to talk more in this podcast than I do in my previous podcast. So that's why I kind of wanted to do this podcast, is to number one, make more friends, and number two, get to know them better. Obviously you and I know there was a previous host before this, and Spec also wanted to kind of do this at the same time. So that's why I started this podcast with him. But obviously what happened, and then I just decided to revamp this podcast because I found the concept for this to be very interesting, and I have an interest in continuing it. So for the time being, this podcast is still ongoing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Sometimes I kind of feel like doing my own like kind of talk shows, but I have social anxiety, so it's kind of hard for me to speak sometimes. But
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to start speaking in my own live streams. You know.
Yeah, no, it takes time, honestly. That's like what my advice to you. It takes time, honestly. It took me at least about a good year to think about whether I should come back to this podcast. So it's all about the if you only when you're comfortable like doing it, then then you should do it. If you're not comfortable, and it's okay, just take your time. Don't really need to rush in.
All right. My third question is: do you miss School Idol Festival and the other games?
Yeah, I kind of do miss Sifas, although like Sifas can be a really shitty game at times because of its gacha elements and the challenge modes that they introduced back at like 2019. The ones that are very hard to complete unless you like really rail on the game. So that those two things I hate about Sifas, but other than that, I kind of miss like because Sifas is a game where uh, I first got into Sifas before I watched Love Live. That was a fun fact. Um, for me, I feel that I in All Stars I get to use like my favorite characters with beautiful costumes that I could watch in 2D MV and I could still play the game. And this game is not just like mindless tapping. It also has like elements of thinking, strategizing and stuff. So I thought that was a very interesting premise, and it would have been a favorite game of mine if it wasn't for the increasing difficulty that they put in, which require you to spend a lot of money for the cards. But other than that, yeah, I kind of miss Sifas, but I'm not really saying that actively miss it to a point where I would want to play the game again if it were to ever, be relisted. In any case, it's just that I miss the game. I kind of just like nostalgia for the game. But other than that, yeah, that's probably the only game I miss. For Civ, I would say I'm not that interested into Civ because of the of the whole screen tapping that the one that is shaped like a smile, the tappings. I'm not a fan of that because I don't have very fast index fingers. When I play rhythm games, I'm usually thumb player. Yeah, I'm usually a thumb player, but I don't have a lot of finger power. I don't have like a lot of the finger fast tapping, so it's very hard for me to like play the game. So that's why that's the main point I find it unenjoyable is because I suck at the game. But other than that, yeah, I think I miss both Sifas and Civ, but I think it's all good. It's still pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, I miss both the games. I miss my card collections. I had like a ton of Mario cards, and I miss them.
True. I miss my Kotori cards too. Not gonna lie. Right.
All
Next
right,
question.
my next question is: what are your thoughts on the current state of Love Live Twitter? We secretly talked about it, but without saying names, what is your view on how it is currently with all the drama, and you think it could be saved if people toned it down?
I feel that this is the same. I had the same view as I had 3 years ago when I talked to you and Spec about drama. It's about if people really like tone down their like, because people take, I think these days people take a lot more offense to like stuff on Love Live tweet, especially like an opinion, which is crazy how 3 years haven't changed anything yet. But honestly, I feel that these days I wouldn't like to get into the drama at all. Like I would just sit from the sidelines and see, at this point, because I think you and I, we know that we have been through a lot on Love Live Twitter. So for me, I just feel that now I don't really have the time to entertain any more drama compared to like last time. So seeing that for me now, LL3 is just the same as like last time, I guess. It's just, new people come in, and then there are just some people who always get offended over like opinions that they do not agree with. And I think it's a pretty normal thing. Honestly, it's just, I don't really have the energy nor the time to deal with that anymore now that my life has gotten a bit more busier with real life stuff. So, I just feel that the state of Love Live Tweet, I think, is just the same as what it was last year or last 3 years ago. It's just a bit more fierce, I would say, a bit more saturated, but I guess it's more or less the same. I wouldn't really go into LL Tweet that much anymore like I used to.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. A few years ago it was more intense, but I don't really have a side, but it just seems like everyone's more fighting and arguing and wanting people to agree with their certain view, and getting mad when people don't want to agree with them, and they just rather try to make everyone hated or turn them into the villain of the week, which I don't agree with. It's like, for a community called Love Live, it's more hate death.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just I'm happy that it's gotten tamer or less fierce or less like crazy compared to last time, but it's still the same that it was more or less. So I just don't feel like going back there as much as I used to. It's crazy.
Alright, my fifth question is, what is your favorite fanfic that you have written?
So this one, I would say it's the most recent one, Soldier Game. So this is, to give you a summary of what this is, it's just basically the song Soldier Game has Ellie, Maki, and Umi, right? So it's like the song. Ellie, Umi, Maki is a trio. It's a justice-seeking trio who attempts to discover and take down the deep dark secrets of the society, which is basically the crime syndicate. But there's a lot of things ongoing behind them that they don't even know what's going on, and they have to like solve the problems head on. So that's like a short summary of it. It is my favorite because number one, I spend a lot of time on it, which is if the more time you spend on it, the more you'll love it, I guess. That's what I feel when I write my stuff, because it shows that I put a lot of effort into it. That's why I spend like the longest time out of any fanfic. I spent 2 years trying to get this fanfic out fully, and then secondly is because the song is pretty good. So honestly, this is like, it reminds me of the song, which is pretty amazing. And number three would be, it primarily contains Mous characters, but I like to add a lot of like side characters such as the Aquas and the Nijigasaki members. Some of them are inside. It's just just gotta read to find out who is it. But I've made an attempt to include all the Mous people inside this Soldier Game, so it's pretty good. And number four is about the action scenes. This is what kept me from like keeping it short or finishing it fast, because a lot of the action scenes I took a lot of time writing it, but I enjoy writing that too. So because it really shows the action in the scenes, and it makes me feel like I am in the movie itself, or I am in the fanfic itself, right? So yeah, I think that's why it's my favorite, because I just enjoy writing it, and I'm glad that it get a lot of good response from the public. I am pretty appreciative of the feedback that everyone has given me throughout for this, and yeah, that's pretty much it for now.
I think I might have to read it now, because you said that they're like going through an underground society, working behind the scenes. Kind of reminds me of the plot of Ace Combat 5. There's a secret society that's fueling the misinformation that started the whole war that the game is based on. I mean, it's a fictional war, but it's whole story about the spread of misinformation and how it could escalate things beyond our control.
Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting.
Alright, my next question is, what is your favorite movie or TV show?
Wow, this is a bit hard because I don't really have a definitive favorite, but I can give a few favorite movies or TV shows. I'll just combine them together in this case. Number one, I would say in no particular order, right? The first movie I would say I like is Perfect Blue. I think a lot of people have a lot of people would say this is an overrated opinion, but honestly, yeah, it is an overrated opinion, but I still like the movie a lot because it really plays with your mind. It really makes you question a lot of the things that you watch, and it's pretty phenomenal at its time. And the fact that whatever is in that movie could be used right now is even crazier than it's pretty crazy. And of course the plot's interesting, and there's a twist in the movie, which is, I wouldn't say a twist, I would say multiple twists in this movie, which is fantastic. The more you watch it, the more you will like it, and if you understand it, you will definitely love this movie. So the second thing that I would like to that I like to watch is it's probably TV show. Okay, movie, I would say John Wick first. The John Wick series in general, because I think that is a pretty good action movie, honestly, with good plot. It's not like a mindless killing for fun. It's more of like, there's a motive behind it. John Wick has his dog killed by people, so he goes on this rampage, and it leads on and on from 2, 3, and 4. Repercussions and that kind of stuff. It's very interesting to see. It's kind of fighting movie style. So that's why this is like my favorite movie series. And the third movie I would have to say would be if I were to give an English movie, I think okay, I know this might sound very weird, but I'm gonna have to go with Zootopia. It sounds weird, but
it's a good movie. I've seen it.
I think I think it's a pretty good movie, honestly, because the stories that it teaches us, the moral lessons from there, it's pretty good, honestly. And the animation, the story, the voice acting, they are all pretty good. And the song bangs. The song really bangs. I'm not gonna lie to you. The song really is good. And it inspired me so much to make a Zootopia racing fanfic. Yeah, I know it sounds very stupid, but when you're young, you just do things like this. And although I think I look back at the fic, and I think, wow, maybe this fic really needs a lot of improvement and stuff. But to look back at Zootopia, I think it's a pretty good movie when I first saw it. So I just feel, yeah, Zootopia is a pretty good movie. And okay, what about TV shows? I would say TV shows, I don't have a lot of TV shows that I would watch though, but I could say probably it's a Singaporean series. I would say Code of Law. If I don't know whether I probably think you haven't heard of that yet, but it's a Singaporean series where it's all about lawyers and police stuff. So there's a bunch of lawyers and there's a bunch of police officers and stuff. They do their work and stuff, but it's fictional, and there's a lot of ups and downs, twists here and there. It's pretty interesting, I think, for its time. So yeah, that would be my favorite TV show, because I couldn't really think of any other TV shows that I would watch, honestly.
Alright, pretty interesting. Could I say my favorite movies and TV shows?
If you want to, sure.
Okay, my favorite list of movies would, number 1 would be Jurassic Park. My second favorite one would have to be Drive, because it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It has Ryan Gosling. He's literally me. My third one would have to be Blade Runner 2049, also Ryan Gosling. It's a
Mhm.
pretty good movie.
Mhm.
My fourth one would have to be Jaws. It's a pretty
Oh,
really good
Jaws, yeah.
movie. It's a
Mhm.
classic. And my fifth one would have to be I'm trying to think of it. I think Lord of the Rings. It's all time banger. It's a really good film series.
The what?
Lord of the Rings.
Mhm. Okay, yeah.
And the sixth movie I would have to say is let me think. Here, hold on. Let me pull up my what's it called? That thing that you use to log movies. I think it's Letterboxd XD. Here we go. Seventh movie would have to be Taxi Driver. It's a
Mhm.
really good movie, all-time classic. Really captures the feelings of loneliness and you know, um, you know. And eighth movie would have to be American Psycho.
Okay.
It's a really good movie. Seen it a whole bunch of times. And my ninth pick would have to be Goodfellas. It's a really good movie
Okay.
too. And I think my 10th one would have to be Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's a banger, all-time classic. Who doesn't love Indiana Jones? It's a really good film series, except for the latest one. That one sucks.
Yeah, the latest one flopped, honestly. Like, really bad. But I heard it's a pretty shitty film also, so, if it flopped, it flopped.
And for TV shows, it have to be Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Of
And
course.
I'm trying to think of another show I've seen. Probably SpongeBob. It's kind of cheesy, but it's a pretty funny show. There's like some really funny jokes in it.
Yeah. It is.
All right, my next question would be, what are your favorite characters from each Love Live group?
Does this include Hasunora? Because I haven't watched Hasunora yet. It does not, right?
I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't include it.
So the four main groups, right?
Yes, 4 main groups.
Okay. So from Mous, it would obviously be Kotori. Yeah, I'm a Birb stan all the way, as usual. And for Aquas, I've been thinking it for a while now. I kind of think it would be either Yo or Kanan, but I am unsure of which one to pick. I think I probably had to go with Kanan. Yeah, I'll probably have to go with Kanan. I think Kanan is a pretty nice, cute character, pretty character even. She has a very good personality, which I like too. And for Nijigasaki, I would say Shizuku. No, Shioriko. I would say Shioriko. I'll change it to Shioriko because I think, at first Shioriko is a very hated character because of the Sifa story mode, but I think once they made her the idol, I think she's pretty good. Yeah, but I'm also kind of confused if I should pick Shizuku or Shioriko, but we'll just leave it at that. I think you know what? I'll change it back to Shizuku. Yeah, I'm very indecisive. My bad, but yeah, Shizuku. Shizuku would be better because that's my OG. And number for Layla, it will be Kanon because that's the. I'm only concentrating on the initial 5 because I never really watched season 2, so I'm not really sure of the other 4 girls. And then after that, there's still the purple hat girl. I don't know what's her name. It's Wu. I mean, I know what's her name. I don't know how to pronounce it. And yeah,
Which
that's
character?
all the new girls. Yeah, the one that sing the purple hat one. Who is that?
Win? No.
Win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wien.
Or,
Yeah.
Ren. Yeah, it's a really hard name.
Yeah.
It's supposed to actually mean Vienna, like Austria, but that's just spelling.
Yeah. So for me, I think based on the initial 5, I would just pick Kanon. Yes, yeah, Kanon's pretty cute and she has a good personality, so that's what I like. Yeah. Pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Kanon too. She's pretty cool. She's kind of getting too much hate a bit for season 2 and the recent season. I think she's people don't like her a bit more, but she's a good character, but she doesn't deserve the hate.
Yeah.
Okay, my 8th question would be, do you feel also that you've changed over the past 3 years since how was last year?
Yeah, I definitely did. I feel that I've gotten more, not to toot my own horn, but I feel like I've gotten more mature at stuff. I look at things differently compared to like what I did last time. Let's take the Love Life Twitter for example. Now these days I don't really feel like going into like drama, and I know that people have their own opinions. So for me, I'll just like as long as it doesn't really affect me, I wouldn't really want to voluntarily jump myself into the drama and talk a lot of stuff, because now I don't really feel like it's like necessary for me, or I feel like it's good for me to do this kind of thing. So I just feel that it's more on like different views and stuff. So I would just say like I have a lot of different views on other stuff right now. So that's why I just feel I kind of change a lot. And obviously on my writing part, I think I changed like quite a lot since I've written 3 years ago. Like I know 3 years ago I didn't care about like grammar, so it was really inconsistent grammar mistakes in my fakes. But now I'm way more aware of grammar and stuff, and vocabulary too. So yeah, I think I changed quite a lot from the last 3 years. Yeah, changed quite a lot.
I could agree with that also. I remember talking to you about a certain incident. We kind of both had some issues throughout the past few years, but I know we both overcome it, and we're both good people now and better off than when we were during those times.
Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty surprised. Like you and I, we managed to get through the incidents and the events, because they were pretty major and heavy. I'm not gonna lie, they were pretty crazy. So yeah, props to the both of us, I guess.
Emotionally charged.
Yeah,
incidents.
It's emotionally traumatizing. Yeah. So do you have any other questions?
That was my last question. So you ready to move on?
So I got a bonus question for you. And I know you like this phrase a lot, so I don't know whether you still stand by this phrase. So I want to ask you, do you still say eat neso?
I kind of occasionally still say it on Twitter, but kind of been dropping down in tweets recently because I've been shadow banned by stupid Elon Musk for no reason. I don't even manipulate the platform, but it's just, very stupid. Probably just to get me to buy Twitter Blue. Never gonna do that. Never gonna call it X. But yeah, I still say it. I probably will start saying it again more recently, but I don't want to be banned for being called a bot.
No, I think you should be fine. It's just if the Twitter really shadow bans you, then you just shadow ban. At this point, I think I'm shadow banned too, or probably yes, no, I don't know. But I don't really care. I just post whenever I want to post. Because now these days I don't even have the time to post stuff. It's like I really had to do a lot of like uni homework and stuff, so it's like really hard to like sit down and post something, think about posting something, Yeah, so for me I think even if I'm shadow banned, I don't really care about the shadow ban at all, even. Yeah, and wow, so wait, let me see. So this is the end of our podcast, and I'm surprised we actually talked quite long, to be honest, because on the last time you came here, it was pretty short because your mic wasn't working at all, and it really, compared to now is actually way better. We had a longer, more meaningful conversation than we had previously, which is really, really crazy. But yeah, I would like to thank you again, Mous, for coming over to the podcast and taking the free time out of your schedule to come and join me for this short session.
thank you for having me. It was, really fun and, really thought provoking. And I just want to say for like closing remarks, it's been a good few years, and I hope everything gets better for everyone. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, same sentiments here. I hope everyone have a better life in the future. I hope everyone's doing well too. And yeah, so this will be the end. So yeah, see you soon, I guess. Yeah, goodbye.
Alright, see you, and remember, that's life.